And good evening, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kay. We are live here at the Hill Palace. We do have a tornado warning out in effect for areas just to the west of Oklahoma City. We're going to zoom on in here. We do have a little broad circulation just to the north of Tuttle. You can see we have a really nice hook on this storm. The hook itself is just to the north of Tuttle, and it's moving on to the east and northeast. And let's take a look at what's the speed of this storm right now. If we
Let
zoom
me bring
out.
up the query here.
Yep, get the query. It's about to cross Interstate 4. So a tornado warning, it is out until 7:45 this evening, so about another half hour or so. Some cities that are in the path of the storm include Bethany, Del City, Moore, and the southern parts of the Oklahoma City city limits. And it looks like this storm is being warned for up to golf ball size hail, so it is producing some severe hail at this moment as well. And again, it is crossing Interstate or Highway 4 as we speak. So if we zoom out a bit, this is the main storm right now. We have some more activity to the southwest, but as we put in that cone of where this storm is heading, again, heading to the east northeast, more expect this storm to be heading your way around 7:40, Del City at 7:49, Midwest City at 7:54. So you guys still have anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes to prepare. Make sure you guys start preparing now and not, 5 minutes before it heads into your region, as if this storm does produce a tornado, it will be a little too late. Now, to review any kind of precautions to take during a tornado warning, make sure you take shelter in the lowest part of your home. If you do not have a basement, the best places to take shelter are in the middle of your home. Try and get as many walls between you and the tornado as you possibly can. You can take shelter in a closet, a bathroom, no windows. So yeah, make sure you guys are prepared and ready to go if this tornado warning is in your area. So here is a look at the velocity. You can see still pretty broad rotation here, nothing really tight, but again, it's tornado warned. You gotta make sure that you guys are prepared, and this could start to tighten up a bit as it moves on to the east. We just gotta watch this very carefully. And here we go, look at the CCs. There are no CC drops at this time, so it doesn't look like there are any tornadoes on the ground at this very moment. But again, tornado warning is in effect for these areas for the next half hour or so.
So the storm is moving east at 30 miles per hour.
30 miles per hour to the east. Okay, so yeah, Tuttle, you should be okay, but between Mustang and Tuttle, make sure you guys are in your safe spots right now. And then anywhere east of Mustang and Tuttle, again, including Moore, Del City, southern parts of Oklahoma City, you guys are next to be impacted by this potential tornadic storm. So while we are focusing on that one, let's take a look at some other ones here. We do have more activity. Let's go to the Stillwater one. This one is also tornado warned. It looks like there could be some potential circulation to the southwest. Southwest of Stillwater and west of Perkins. Same deal with the other storm. There is some rotation, but it looks pretty broad. Let's see if there's anything on CCs, if there are any drops. Right now, I doubt it. Hopefully, there's nothing. So, yeah, there's nothing at this very moment in time. I think if there would be anything, it would be right in here, and I don't see anything, so I don't think there's no tornado on the ground with this either, but there is that rotation, so these tornadic storms could produce a tornado at any time. So make sure, again, to take your precautions if you're anywhere from west of Perkins, south of Stillwater. There could be some severe hail in here as well. What is the warning saying for hail and all that fun stuff? Okay, so this one's also warned for up to golf ball size hail, so severe hail over a quarter inch most likely falling from this right now. This one's also warned until 7:45. Some cities in the path of this are Glencoe, we have Quay, Stillwater, as well as Yale. Again, for Stillwater, it looks like the main rotation is going to be staying to your southwest, but just take those precautions because you never know on what she's going to do. And we're going to put out the track here, more of a northeasterly movement compared to the other storm. So it looks like at 7:38 Ingalls, you will be impacted at 7:45 West Point, Quay at 7:54 and 8 p.m. Merrimack, that's when you guys should expect this storm to be impacting your region. What's the speed on this one, Frank?
It's moving northeast at 40.
Okay, so it's a pretty good movement in terms of storm speed, 40 miles per hour moving on to the northeast. Okay, let's drop back to this main storm here. Taking a look, yeah, she's just starting to cross Interstate 4. So take a look at the velocity. Still not looking very impressive. So that's some good news. I don't think there's any tornado on the ground at this time. Take a look at the CCs just to make sure. I'll put the CC. Yeah, I don't see any debris ball or anything right now. But in terms of hail, there could be some severe hail just to the north of Mustang. We just saw some lower seas up there. So if you're in the Mustang area, you're probably getting some large hail right now. Again, it's warm for golf balls. And yeah, so at least quarter size hail, a bit larger, falling from the storm right now. So let's zoom on in here. So we got Southwest 59th Street, and then here is the Interstate 4. These brighter colors here, these yellows and these greens, and even when the blues show up, those lower values are those lower correlation values. And really what that means is that the objects are differing in size. For us, that is a really good indicator for large hail. So there's most likely large hail falling right along 59th here. Here is Highway 4 all the way up to 54th Street and points west. So that's the area. Let's zoom back out. Yeah, just looking
Thing does not look as good.
Yeah, it definitely does not look as good in this radar scan. It doesn't have as much of that hooking structure, so that is some good news. It already wasn't looking impressive, to start with, last 5-10 minutes, but it really, the rotation is even looking more broad. So again, very good news. Nothing on the ground right now, but she is still tornado warned. So let me see, let's check in, just see where she's going and all that fun stuff. Zoom on out and put on a thing here. There we go, tornado warning still 7:45. Basically the same cities and the same hillsides, Bethany, Dow City, Moore, Oklahoma City, still in the risk of getting this storm. So
And still moving east at 30.
And still moving at east at 30. So really no change in terms of her speed or where she's heading. She doesn't look as impressive, but we have all those ingredients, so that can change very quickly. Let's take a look. We haven't looked at these southern ones yet. And yeah, I guess we have a picture from Twitter of the hail in Minco. We had 2-inch hail there. So we have severe hail being produced by these storms as well. So we do have more activities, some more severe hail warnings. Let's go on to the south. This is just north of Lawton. What is this storm doing? Ooh.
So it looks like we don't have Lawton's radar working right now.
Okay, so we don't have Lawton's radar working. I can speak. So this storm is just to the north of Medicine Park. This warning is in effect until 8 p.m. This is just a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning. So this storm is producing hail up to 1 inch in diameter, potentially winds up to 68 miles per hour. And let's take a look at where this storm is heading. Moving on to the east and getting
It's moving also east at 30.
Yeah, east at 30.
I'll bring that up.
Yep, let's bring it on up here. There we go. So this is also moving east at 30. So Porter Hill, you have about 10 minutes before this storm hits your area. Elgin, you're at 7:44, so you have about 21 minutes. Fletcher, 7:50. Sterling, you will be impacted by the storm at 7:58. So again, this is just a severe thunderstorm. This is not a tornado warned storm at this moment. Just a severe warned storm producing up to quarter-size hail and warned for winds up to 60 miles per hour. And then we do have some more storms to the southwest, just the west of Lawton, but those aren't warned yet. But we'll, keep an eye on those and all that stuff. So let's go to the north, back to the Stillwater storm. Looks like, is that a wind report that came in? I don't know if that's going to be anything. No, so 59. So she is producing severe winds. So let's take a look now at this Stillwater storm again. The main circulation is to the south of Stillwater. It is crossing 177 right now and also staying to the north of Perkins. So again, very broad rotation, just like the other one. It's not producing a tornado at this moment in time. We can just take a look at the CCs too.
Sorry, I'm texting that at the same time.
There we go. Very good at multitasking, unlike myself. What am I doing? Okay, so these are the CCs. No debris ball, so that's good news. There are some lower CCs, though, to the north of the circulation, meaning that she is producing some severe hail. So again, to the southeast now of Stillwater, these lower CCs here, this is where the severe hail is being, where it's occurring. So 1 inch or larger. Is the storm still warned for golf balls, Frank?
It is.
It is. Okay, jinx. But again, tornado warning still out until 7:45 for Glencoe, Clay, Stillwater, especially if you're in the southern parts of the city and Yale. This storm is still being warned for up to golf ball size hail as well. So if you guys are in any of these cities and the storm is heading your way, make sure you guys are taking your tornado precautions. There's no tornado on the ground right now. The rotation is not very impressive, but you still never know. It could get more organized and produce at any time. So make sure you guys are prepared to take action. Let's go to the southern storm once again. It has now crossed Highway or Interstate 4 to the southeast of Mustang. Let's see how the velocities are looking on this storm. So, still pretty broad, but it's starting to get a bit more wrapped up. Still tornado warned, I believe, still until 7:45. Let's take a look at if the speed and stuff is still, it was what, east at 30 before?
Yeah, it's still east at 30.
Still east at 30. So, and same deal with the cities, Bethany, Del City, more in the southern parts of Oklahoma City. You guys are in the path of the storm, so take shelter, be prepared, as this storm could produce a tornado at any time. Again, right now there's nothing being detected, but it is producing up to potentially up to golf ball size hail. So this is the area that is that's where the hail is falling right now. So this is, if we can zoom on in here, just want to make sure this is still Highway 152. Yeah, that's still 152. So right along 152 here, that's where the severe hail is falling. Again, these brighter colors indicate that the objects are differing in shape and size. So for us, that's a really good indicator that severe hail is falling. So it looks like there's some pretty good hail falling here across 152, and this is Rockwell Street. You can see these brighter colors here, the greens and the blues and some brighter yellows, and some larger hail as well, a little bit to the east. If we can go back to the reflectivity so I can see, okay, so it's north of Willard Park. Okay, so this is where that large hail is going to be falling, just north, along and north of 152, and just to the west of 44. Moving on to the east at 30 miles per hour.
So we just got a comment in our work chat saying that there was a possible report from Will Rogers Airport of a tornado.
Okay.
I have no verification of that. That's just what I'm reading, so we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we gotta look and see if there is like any tighter circulation. I don't know if you guys heard that. Well, Frank he has his mic on too, but I'll repeat it. There was a report of a possible tornado at Will Rogers Airport, but we don't have any, solid confirmation. You can see if it was going to be around. It's going to be right in here. Yeah, we're going to take it back. And moving on to the east, where is the airport? I don't travel enough. Yeah, I suppose it's going to be somewhere in here because that's where the rotation is the best.
I don't see anything on radar that would indicate that a tornado occurred.
Yeah, it's a really broad rotation. There's
so-
no tight circulation that shows.
Yeah, the velocities don't show tight circulation, and I'm not seeing anything on correlation coefficient, unless, what's that right there?
Yeah.
Hold on. What is this?
Yeah, that's the only indication that. So I mean, there could be.
Let me bring it up on here.
Yeah, because
That's possible.
it's possible if there's a tornado that happened, it's going to be right here because that's where the lower CCs are, and it matches up to the rotation. The velocities don't look very impressive. So hopefully if something did touch down, it was really weak. We will keep an eye on this as see if we can get some more information on to get some what's the word, like feedback if this tornado actually did occur or what happened here. So but if there was one, you can see these lower CCs here, Southwest 144th Street, and this is a meridian, and just to the west of I-44, and yeah, so
whatever that was,
it's not there now. Yeah, so hopefully, cross your fingers that if it did happen, that was really weak, and like Frank just said, we don't see anything at this moment in time of a definite tornado. So that's good news again, but this storm is still tornado warned. It's 7:31 right now. Let's take a look at where she's heading, what this storm is.
Where the airport is, by the way.
I'm sorry?
That, I believe, is where the airport is.
Yeah. Like right where? Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense. So.
Yeah, airport's going to be right in here. So if there was a report of a tornado at the airport, I'm not really seeing much on velocities, but that correlation coefficient drop there
It's a bit suspicious.
could be something.
Yeah, so we will keep you guys updated if any other sources confirm if there's a tornado that happened there. But as of right now, we don't see anything, but we will continue to keep an eye on this one. Let's take a look. Let's go back to the northern storm real quick. Okay. So this is the main storm that was tornado warned. This is now to the southeast of Stillwater, to the north of Perkins. Ripley, you are next in line, although the city itself, you guys aren't in any warning right now. So just to the northwest here, so between Stillwater, Ripley, and Perkins, we do still have some rotation with this storm. Okay, yeah, that's like to, wrong part of the storm, unless it's, let me see.
I don't think.
Yeah.
The wrong part, it hasn't updated.
Yeah. So yeah, this storm is still moving on to the northeast. Is it still moving at 40?
Sorry if my responses are a little delayed. I've been getting nonstop phone calls and text messages. So
That's what happens when our neck of the woods gets impacted. So this storm is still warned for golf ball size hail, still until 7:45. And what is the speed?
still moving northeast at 40.
Still northeast at 40. So some cities, basically still the same ones, in line for this storm. Just like the southern one, is very broad. Okay, this is, here we go. Kauai, 7:52. So you guys have about 20 minutes until the storm hits you guys. Merrimack, 7:58. 8:03 for Jennings. Blackburn at 8:12. And Cleveland at, and this is in Oklahoma, not Ohio. Got to keep that very clear. This is Cleveland, Oklahoma. So I think that was 8:17. So we got that storm. We got the major storm that is now moving into the metro. This storm is about to cross I-44, and it looks like the rotation is basically crossing as we speak. Again, pretty broad. Yeah, so we got that storm. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Yeah, it's a very broad rotation. And oh, what's that?
That could be something. Let me see, because yeah, I'm gonna back out of this and go straight with CC's.
There could be. There could be something.
It doesn't look like tight circulation.
Yeah, that's
so.
just like how it was a few minutes ago when it potentially hit the airport. Didn't look very impressive as well. So I don't know if there's anything on the ground. It doesn't look very good. But, you know, either way, if you guys are in this area or in the path of the storm, make sure you guys are taking your tornado precautions because things can change very quickly, actually. Let's take a look at 44 and 240. Yeah, I mean right in here. And take a look at the velocities and see if there's anything tightening up in there. Okay.
This button's not working.
Frank's breaking. Frank's breaking.
There we go. I think I got it. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. Still not very impressive in terms of velocities, but I mean the shape of the storm. We've got that inflow in there, so we have to continue to watch this storm as it may try to do something really soon. I don't see anything on CC's.
Yeah, I don't see
here.
anything.
Yeah. All right. All right, so let's zoom on out, make sure let's go to the south of this one to see if there's anything going on. Okay, so there are no other tornado warnings. These are just severe thunderstorms right now. Let's take a look at just, make sure. Well, let's zoom into this one first. This one is just to the south of, is it Apache or Apache?
Apache.
Apache, okay. So we have this storm just to the southwest of Apache, some lower CCs. Those reflectivity values are pretty high as well. So for, in terms of hail, this storm is producing severe hail. Is it warned for, because this was the one that was warned for quarters, right? Let's see what she's warned for. Yeah, this storm is still warned for quarters, still possibly up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So Apache, Cyril, Eglin, Fletcher, these are the cities that are in line to be impacted by this storm. Again, this is just a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning. Then we have another one to the north of that, just to the west of Amber. This is 92 here, crossing 81, so it's between 81 and 92. This one is also producing up to quarter-size hail as well as winds up to 60 miles per hour. This warning is out for another 7 minutes. And Arredondo, Minco, Tuttle, and Verdon, you guys are in the line of this storm. So again, just like this, the one south of this is just a severe thunderstorm warning, so that's good news. Okay, let's zoom right back in to this tornado warned storm. Let's take a look at the velocities here, just to the east of 44 and to the south of I-40. It looks like the reflectivity is a bit behind the velocities.
Yeah, let me.
I love technology, but you can see this storm is hooking here, so it's still not looking very impressive in terms of the velocity values. So that's still really good news. I don't see anything in terms of a tornado. It just has that rotation, but yeah, in here we have some lower CCs. But the velocity values they're not really impressive right now, so I'm not sure. I don't know what you think, Frank.
I also feel like that this is what the CCs looked like when we were looking at the reflectivity earlier.
Yeah.
So this may not be updated as well.
Yeah, so it just doesn't, it's good news for you guys that they just don't look very good in terms of the velocities. There's no tight rotation, which is what we look for when there is a potential tornado on the ground. But the thing that concerns us is the shape of the storm itself. There's inflow coming in and it's wrapping around, so the storm is spinning, at least in terms of while we're waiting for more updates. What's going on with the northern part? Is she okay? Yeah. Is this still doing severe hail? Let's take a look. Yeah, there's still some severe hail, I think, occurring just to the east of 44, right in here, those brighter colors. Again, if you're not familiar with the CCs, the brighter colors, the yellows, the greens, and the blues indicate that there are objects being detected by the radar that not only differ in size but also in shape. And for us, that's a good indicator of severe hail. So right along Southwest 15th Street, and I think we just got an update. So yeah, there is going to be some severe hail just right along 40 southward. So we can see some, I have to tilt my head. McKinney, this is South McKinney Avenue, and on to the east, just to the west here of whatever, if you can maybe zoom in a bit. What is it?
South Santa Fe.
Okay, that's South Santa Fe. So right in this region where you see those brighter colors, there's most likely severe hail falling. So let's take a zoom on out and make sure. Okay, so now the rotation is moving on to the east, just to the north of 240, and just to the west of, what is that, Shields Boulevard? Yeah, South Shields Boulevard. Still pretty broad rotation, so nothing really indicative of a really tight rotation for a tornado.
I'm going to roll the radar back here.
Yeah, and see if there's any.
Hold on, let me do this. I'm going to make that bigger. Okay, now we're going to roll the radar.
See if
We're
there's
looking
any.
for a potential debris ball. That's what we're doing here, folks.
Yes. When those CCs also drop really low, not only do we use those values for severe hail to look for that, but when there's debris in the air from a tornado on the ground, again, different objects will indicate lower CC values because different shapes and sizes. So that's what we are looking for at this moment.
Again, I can't confirm anything because the velocities don't look amazing.
No, they don't.
There's been no reports coming in, but I'm not going to rule out. There's a non-zero chance that this is debris.
Yeah,
just
so
based on where it's located.
Potentially, but we don't have any confirmation or anything right now. And again, the velocities don't look very, defined either. It's a very broad rotation. So, I mean, but it could be something. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But she still has that shape. Okay, yeah, here's it's a brand new tornado warning because the other one's about to expire in 2 minutes. So this is a new tornado warning out until 8:15. Choctaw, Del City, Midwest City, as well as the southern parts of Oklahoma City. You guys are under this new tornado warning again until 8:15 p.m. So about the next half hour or so. Once again, it's warned for golf ball size hail. I do believe she's producing severe size hail as well. So again, this storm is, this one's moving to the east. What's the speed on this still,
This
Frank?
is moving to the east at 30. I'll also mention that National Weather Service does not have anything to confirm a tornado either because the source is radar indicated rotation.
Okay, so it is
it's
radar,
not confirmed.
Radar indicated rotation. Nothing has been confirmed, so that's very good news. Again, nothing's been confirmed. This is all just radar indicated. But make sure you guys, if you're in the path of this storm, that you guys are in your safe spots. If you need a refresher to, if you don't have a basement, which is the best place to take shelter during a tornado, the best place is to take shelter in the middle of your home. Get as many walls between you and the tornado as you possibly can. So take shelter in a closet, take shelter in a bathroom, stay away from windows. Again, inner place of your home. Get as many walls between you and the tornado as you possibly can. If you live in a mobile home, I would get out of that and find a shelter, hopefully somewhere, really, really close by that is a bit more structurally sound, as mobile homes are very dangerous to be in, as well as vehicles. Don't try to outrun anything. Again, nothing's been confirmed. It's all radar indicated. So, but you guys, this is Oklahoma, so hopefully you know to always take precautions because things can turn very quickly. So let's take a look. Again, still really broad rotation. I don't see anything in terms of a couplet or anything like that. So let's take a look at CC. Yeah, I don't see anything. Do you? I think it. There would have been.
Not down there at least. Let's open it up.
Yeah.
So there's definitely not a tornado on the ground over here right now in Valley Brook.
Yeah, because the rotation's right to the east of 35 and to the north of 240, so in the Valley Brook area. So there's rotation, but there's no indication of any tornado on the ground. It's just radar indicated. Everything is radar indicated right now in terms of any tornadic activity. So nothing is on the ground right now. Let's take a look at the hail. Yeah, so Oklahoma City, you guys are getting some pretty large hail right now, at least quarter size, maybe a bit larger. It is warned for golf balls. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some, larger hail up to that size with these brighter colors. So right along 35, a little bit to the south, northward to this is Northeast 4th Street, all the way up to Northeast 14th. And this goes all the way to 235 and 40 meet. And maybe even a little bit still to the west of 235. So all of this area, you guys are most likely seeing severe hail right now. And you can see that really matches up with those lower CCs match up with these higher reflectivity values. So yeah, again, if there's severe hail, I think there is, it is in this region. All right, so let's zoom back out. Let's go back to that northern storm to make sure that that storm is, yeah, it's not looking as good. Looks a bit messy, but there could, it's still a really broad rotation with this storm as well. It's just to the south of 51 and to the west of 18. And this one is moving to the northeast. Is that one still moving at 40?
It's
Still
moving it northeast at 45 now.
Ooh, it's picking up speed. So the storm is moving to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. It's still warned for quarters, and it's still tornado warned. Again, it's radar indicated. There's nothing on the ground with this storm either. There's nothing on the ground with any of these storms right now. It's just all precautionary measures that should be taken, because in the world of weather, especially with supercells, things can change, in, seconds, minute or two. It can get bad quick. So let's check into this storm real quick before we head back north. So we have this is a severe warned storm. This also has some broad rotation. It's not tornado warned or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Again, very broad rotation, just like the other ones. It's just to the east of 92 and about to cross I-44. It is producing severe hail, I believe. You can see these brighter colors here, the yellow, the greens, as well as the blues, sooner to the southeast. And what is that? Is that where the...
Yeah, this is where the hail's at.
Oh. The velocities were south of there, or was I in the same spot?
I believe they were south of there. Yeah.
Okay, it could be there, or that is hail. So we have some brighter colors here. There is severe hail falling just to the east of Sooner, staying to it's just to the west of Bridge Creek, maybe to just the south of Bridge Creek right now. Is it warned for quarters still? That's what it was warned before, right? For quarters. Yeah, it was warned for quarters. And it's up to ping pong ball size hail now. So up to 1.5 inches in terms of hail is possible with this storm now. So it's increased in hail size. Still warned for the wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. This is out until 8:45, by the way. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, so it's not tornado warned. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning until 8:45. This is for Blanchard, Moore, Newcastle, as well as Norman. Let's see what the track is doing to try and get some times here for these cities.
It's moving east at 30, so I can track that out real quick.
So it's east of 30. It's moving east at 30 up to ping pong ball size hail. No real rotation. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. So Newcastle, we have about 19 minutes, so 8:09 for Newcastle. Norman at 8:26, and Clothier at 8:32. And I'm actually going to move to the other side here. So this storm, again, moving on to the east at 38 miles per hour and moving into the southern suburbs of Oklahoma City. So let's zoom back into this main storm. It just crossed, I should know on my roads by now. Is that 35? Oh, yeah, score only took 8 years. This is I-35. Oh, yeah, I should get a gold star for that. Anyway, so this just crossed 35, staying to north of 240. We do have some broad rotation still in this region. Let's check the lower CC. Yeah, I don't see anything with CCs, at least in terms of rotation or any potential. It looks like it's a scan behind anyway, so we'll keep an eye on that. Severe hail is still falling, though, from just to the east of downtown Oklahoma City to Smith Village, to southern parts of Forest Park. Just to the west of Midwest City, you can see these brighter colors here indicate large hail. As with hailstones, they vary in shape and size, and so especially when it gets bigger, for us, this is a really good indicator that large hail is falling from this storm. So just to the north of, that's 40. Yeah, so we got that storm there. It's moving on to the east. It's going to move out of Oklahoma City itself. So Midwest City, you guys are basically next in line. It's still tornado warned, so make sure you guys are in your safe spots. The warning is out until 8:15, so we have another 23 minutes for this warning.
Still not confirmed.
And still nothing confirmed. So that's good news. Just take your precautionary actions because things can change very quickly without warning. So, and it's still moving to the east at 30, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so nothing has changed in the direction or the speed. So yeah, within the next half hour or so, Midwest City all the way to Choctaw, you guys get ready for heavy rain, some hail, and then nothing's been indicated in terms of tornadoes. It's all radar indicated, so that's some good news. Here is that northern storm, Yale. This storm is knocking on your door, and they just got rid of the tornado warning. I don't know if they're going to reissue it or if they canceled it.
They might, but it doesn't look very.
Doesn't look very
at the
good.
moment.
So I won't be surprised if they just canceled the warning. I'm trying to remember. Was it until 8:15? I don't know if you can roll it back and get a time. I guess you can't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't save it.
Oh, well, good news for you guys in Yale and to the north along 412. But I think it may still be producing some hail as there is a severe warning for Jennings. And if we can get a query on that as that storm is heading that way. There's some lower CC, so yeah, so this storm is warned now for quarters, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There is no tornado warning in effect for this storm now, so that's very good news. We just got to watch out for some severe hail. So Cleveland, Oklahoma, and friends, you guys are in line for the potential for up to quarter-size hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So let's go back to this. Okay, actually, before we look at, let's go to that. There's one to the west of Norman. Yeah, let's take a look at this storm. This storm is starting to wrap up a bit. No tornado warning. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning. But we need to watch this for the potential of some rotation. You can see right just to the west of Blanchard. Yeah, there's some broad rotation in there. So nothing, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning, so that there hasn't been a tornado warning issue for that. But we need to keep an eye on this in case they warn it, if it goes tornado warned. But right now, there is nothing indicative. So let's take a look at its hail. Let's go back to the north a bit and see what's going on with the hail and all that. Okay, so we have some brighter colors here, the yellows and the greens and the blues. So this is where we could see some larger hail in the Bridge Creek area, just in the north of 44 and Highway 4. And if we can get some, yeah, so this is County Road 1250, and I wish I can, yeah, that's County Street 2940. So basically, in this region where those brighter colors are, there's severe hail falling in the Bridge Creek area, as well as east of 44. There could be severe hail just to the south of Newcastle. Is this storm still, what's this hail size? This was okay, so this was still ping pong ball, and it's still ping pong ball size hail possible with the storm. So we have Blanchard, Moore, Newcastle, and Norman. You guys are still in line for this storm. Let's see if we can get get a path up here for where this is heading. This warning is out until 8:45. Again, ping pong ball size hail and wind gusts up to 60. Let's get this here. So I only picked up Norman. But Norman, you guys will be getting impacted within the next 33 minutes. So you still have a little bit of time, but I wouldn't wait till the last minute. Again, there have been other storms that have gone tornado warned, and otherwise they've been producing severe hail. So make sure that you guys get ready to get in your safe spots, whether it's just for hail or if it does become tornado warned. But right now, no tornado warning, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning. None of these storms at this time are producing tornadoes, but we're going to zoom in here to the one that is now to the southeast of Oklahoma City. Yeah, there's nothing still really defined, but we still have that. Yeah, there's no drop in CCs. If there would be anything, it would be right here. But I don't see any tightening circulation with the velocities, no CCs or lower CCs, but we do have some lower CCs for hail just to the north